Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. It's Matt Cook with Jonathan Green and Men's Mayhem. And each week we dissect some very interesting relationships and dating questions and give you some really, really great advice that you'll never hear anywhere else. Um, I am Matt Cook, and I have about 700,000 subscribers. I'm a relationship and sex and health expert. And Jonathan Green was a world famous dating coach, one of the top dating coaches in the world until he's retired now on a tropical island. And here we all are. How
Do most women actually find kind men unattractive? I've been single my whole life. I'm 26. I've got plenty of women who, let's just say, they friend zone me. They never like me back. It's not that I don't try. And I just never get matches on dating apps. According to my female friend, I need to be a bit more of an a-hole because I'm too kind, and that's not fun. Nice guy.
does that come through
Is
on a
that
dating app, do you
true?
think?
So it's probably got a bunch of pictures of him being a beta or a cuck. So I think that
Hmm.
I can tell you right now that most people who say they're nice guys are usually just liars. So what they do is they will
Yeah,
pretend to be friends with you and
yeah.
try and get a shot with you. They will they compliment everyone. So if you tell
It's
everyone they're
manipulative,
beautiful,
basically.
it means nothing. Right. So there's this great scene in a movie that I forget the name of, but this guy gets another guy to help him. He goes, "You got to help me get the girl and I'll help you do your grades." Right. And the guy, of course, then the girl falls in love with the other guy and he's like, "But I'm in love with her." He goes, "How are you in love with her if you never talked to her?" He goes, "Well, listen, we just need to get into a tiny room together, scream at each other for a while and work some things out. And then I think me and her could be like a really great couple." And you realize that the friend zone guy is crazy, right? And that's really the truth. It's that nice guys make these excuses of like, I want her to like me for me. I don't want to change for her. This is who I am. But everything you do is designed around getting a girl. It's just a technique that doesn't work. And you're like, well, I don't want to change what I'm doing. And what she's saying, and this is the problem, is it's very hard to explain the difference between confidence and a-hole. It just is. It's very hard to explain the difference. And this is why
So
bad.
is she attracted to men that are liars, as you're saying? Manipulative nice guys? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying, yeah, that women do not like nice guys. What they like is a bad boy. And that's what the girl even
But
told
isn't this
him.
a woman who's writing this?
No, it's a guy.
Oh, it's a guy. Okay, I misunderstood. Okay, got it. Got it.
This is a guy
Yeah,
talking about all of this, and he's
yeah,
like, never had a girlfriend. My female friend
right,
told me I'm too kind and I need to be more of a
right.
bad boy.
Okay,
So
okay.
he's like, oh, I thought bad boys were only attractive in middle school or high school. What a dummy.
Yeah,
That's
well,
not true. It never goes out of fashion. So
no. It's
here's
not the
the
fact that they're bad that it attracts a woman. It's the fact that it's a very masculine, attractive thing for a guy to go after what he wants and be direct about it. Women are very attracted
it's
to
a
that.
it's a form of confidence. So
Yeah,
we want what we can't have, right? Like, so if one of my kids has three toys in front of them and they're playing with toy number one, another kid comes in and plays with toy number two, suddenly the first kid wants toy number two.
yeah,
They don't want it until someone else has it. It's the same
right.
reason that when you're in a relationship, suddenly a ton of women are interested in you. You become more attractive. So what he's doing on this is one that I can answer on a very technical level. Whenever you give comfort or friendship before attraction, you get the friend zone. That's the formula for the friend zone. So you have to be sexual and flirtatious before you're a friend. He's making the common mistake of, I will demonstrate that I would be a good boyfriend rather than I will demonstrate that I would be a great lover. You just have to
Also, the
switch
trouble
the
with that
order.
is that he's always, when he's with some girl, he's always thinking about how he could be nice and how he can get into her pants. What can he say to her that'll make her want to have sex with him? It's awful, really, because I used to be that way sometimes too.
Yeah,
I
yeah, me
remember
too.
that.
You just have to switch
Yeah,
it around. And if you
yeah,
were just, here's the secret, just be honest. So when I started being honest with women, I would just say, girls would say, because later on, when I was, maybe 7 or 8 years later, after I just want to be friends with I'm only friends with guys thing, I said, a girl would be like, I want to be friends with you. I said, listen, we can be friends, but you have to understand that I want to sleep with you. I will hang out with you. I will be your friend. But when we go out drinking, I will try to sleep with you. You can always say no, and I will always stop. You're the brakes, I'm the gas. And that became our relationship, right? And of course we hooked up because I'd established up front the
You're
ground.
honest about your
It
desires.
turns out,
And
and it wasn't like that's all, and it's crazy, but that's really the solution to every. And you have to say it at the beginning. Someone goes, "Oh, I just want to be friends with you." That's fine, but understand
well,
that I
if you
want to be
don't
more
say at the
than friends.
beginning, let's say you're trying to convert, like you're this guy, and he's got these friends, supposed friends. They're not friends, by the way, at all. The friend zone is ridiculous because they're not friends. They're using you because you're
No, they're
nice. They're not your
jailers.
friends. Yeah. So you could just reset at that point. You could say, you know what, I thought about this and I don't really want to be just friends. I want to be lovers. So that's what I want to do. So if you don't want to do that, then maybe we shouldn't be together. We shouldn't get together anymore. That's what I would do. I'd get rid of all that because what happens, and I talk about this a lot, there's like your life is a garden, you've got all these plants. It's like a flower bed. You've got all these plants. You've got this big old weed in the middle, which is this woman you're trying to sleep with who's your friend. You got to get rid of that weed, pull it out, throw it out. Now there's a space for some other woman to come in and you have a real relationship with. You can't possibly get into the right relationship when you're trying to attach with this friend. So you should just tell her you don't want to be friends anymore. You either want to be lovers or you don't want to see her again. That's it. And then that'll create room for somebody new. Plus you get a lot of confidence because you actually said what you want. And the more you practice saying what you want, the better at it you get. The more you say what you want and show what you want, the more attractive you are to women because women love a guy who goes after what he wants. It's like the essence of masculinity.
Yeah, I think that it's the same problem you have when you're in like a halfway decent relationship where you don't want to get married, you don't want to break up because you're getting half your needs met.
Like the
And
first
exactly
question we
that.
had.
It creates a laziness in you because you're like, well,
Yeah,
I'm not motivated enough to get a girlfriend because I'm getting half of what I want. Like I'm
yeah.
not starving, I'm just hungry. And that's the problem is that when you're truly starving, right? When the only way you can have an O,
Hmm.
right? You cut pornography out of your life, you're not allowed to touch yourself, you get rid of these friend zone girls, then you suddenly will become you'll become a man. It activates the man inside of you. And it's a really simple way to do it. But the answer to the question is women are not interested in nice guys. It's what nice guy is just a fancy name for weakness because you will
Yeah.
accept people giving you what you don't want and just take it. That's not
Well,
nice. That's
so you're always going to be trying to manipulate her, and that's a bad place to be. So practice being direct, practice being honest, practice getting somebody upset that having a conversation that you've been putting off, have it now, so she can be upset. It's fine. And the more you practice, the better at it you get. Pretty soon, your life is clear of all these kinds of unpleasant conversations because you're direct right at the beginning, like you said. And when you're direct at the very beginning, you don't have any unpleasant conversations anymore. It's really nice, but you got to get them out of the way because you have to learn to be direct. You have to learn to say what you want and don't want and be clear about it. This is the practice that you need to learn. This is also one thing brought to you by the sponsor of this is our wonderful company, Feral. Remember, you're just one spray away. Feral is an attraction cologne with animalic accords that women can't get enough of on a man. So you want to have every advantage and edge that you can. And they'll give you a free bottle. You just have to help them out with shipping. Go to attractivehabit.com.